Hey James, how you doing? Doing well, James. Hi Kev, how you doing? Enjoying my Father's Day. Funnily enough, didn't really celebrate it. It completely was. This is a Church Warden. It's got a little bit of a textured finish. As I say, big bowl. It's kind of a sandblast and a textured mixed together. I think I'm going to have to. I don't know if my internet's giving trouble again. Is it okay or not? Or is it freezing? All right, I've reconnected it. Just let me know if it's okay now. Just refresh your page. It should be better now. I was doing it off my phone on the hotspot, but it just wasn't strong enough, and it's linked into the house strongly enough, so that's okay. Anyhow, hi Tim. So as I was saying, hi Josh. So this is a Paul Menard pipe, which he actually gifted to me a long time ago. In the first 2 or 3 years, I did buy quite a few pipes from him. I still have a couple left. Yeah, so basically, I got this one converted to 9mm by Ian Walker, and he made me this gorgeous Cumberland stem, brindle stem. And but there was a little bit of an act, but it is a great Church Warden. I don't smoke it anywhere near as often as I should. Here it is, Paul. It was in my drawer here out in the garage. Gathering dust. So today what I've done is I've re-stemmed this. I wasn't happy. I actually recorded the video drive this morning and I forgot to upload it. But basically, I wasn't happy with the overall, basically this, and it just didn't look right. Really, in order for it to have worked, and even though the other one was very glitzy and fancy, I think this one is, it suits it a lot better. But it's basically a Cumberland, an acrylic Cumberland stem. The stem shape and bend is a lot nicer as well. And overall, that whole sort of line there just works a lot better, a lot smoother. It looks how it should look, more integrated, whereas beforehand it just didn't look right. Is the picture no good again? It seems to be okay on my phone that I'm using to look at the message. I'm going to have to work out some kind of more reliable solution out here in the garage. I'm sorry about that. If it's really bad, just tell me and I'll stop the live. I'll stop the session. Tonight I'm smoking some Solani 131. Yeah, I've got a Wi-Fi booster which is out in the kitchen, which is literally 15 feet away. It's not far away. And it really ought to work, and most of the time it does work. It could be just for upload, it's not as good. When I've got enough money put together as to completely redo the interior of this garage and to make it into a proper workshop as it needs to be. And then I might have a proper router installed. Or just have one of those Ethernet extenders so that maybe I'll connect the computer up and just have a camera on the computer or something like that. I'll have to work something out. Certainly a better Wi-Fi connection is needed. Internet connection. So that I'm going to buff up soon. And if it works out, issues matching it up, but in the end it worked out really well. And if it's saleable, I'll sell it. If not, if for any reason I'm not happy with it, I'm going to keep it because I actually love this pipe. It's quite a weighty bowl. It's a big, hefty bowl. It's really for sort of sitting and relaxing. It's quite a chunky pipe, but it was just a departure from what I usually do, and you know, the sort of night and day or Jekyll and Hyde kind of look, and it just worked out well. Anyhow, so today's pipe will be, well, it's a Lovat type billiard, but not quite as short as a Lovat. So that's today's pipe. It's going to be rusticated. Obviously I've got to finish the shaping, it's only roughly shaped. Which is what I'm going to do now. Am I just not getting any comments here, or are you guys just keeping quiet? I guess I'm boring the pants off you. I'm gonna make you go broke. Oh, I meant to ask you, Josh. What did I want to ask you? Yeah, if you still wanted me to make that square shank. Obviously, I don't want to make you go broke. So I shouldn't make the square shank, right? Yeah, I've actually brought it down to do the sanding, so that's going to be up soon. I've got it here. And I brought that down, keeping it covered to stop it getting dusty, so that's on my list. A billiard, yep. all being well. So I'm not going to sand it to a very high smoothness because it's getting rusticated, but I want the shape to be... No, it's not hand cut. I had the elves do this one. Yeah, ordinarily, I mean, a lot of the time recently I've been very lucky with the briar, and it's true, many of them have ended up being smooth. But this one, with the grain and just the briar is not as good as previous blocks. So I've been trying to make a rusticated pipe for some time, but I've just not been able to do it because of the quality all around the pipe. So I'm going to go for a rusticated pipe. I would assume it would be black probably, this one, given the colour of the stem. I certainly hope so, Paul. That is the general idea. So what you've been keeping yourself busy with, Paul, during the lockdown? I assume you're still at home. It's a nice idea, Daniel Butner. This one's going to be there's enough contrast in that stem already to set off against the jet black pipe. So this one's going to be black for sure. I'll be right with you in a tick. Oh, you did your chat with Chad today, Paul. Nice. Yeah, we do have a bit of an issue, Daniel. We did talk about it before you came on. I do have to try and do something to get a better connection out here, but it is what it is. If it bothers you, you can either switch off, or if it really bothers everybody and it's really bad, I'll just stop the live stream. So I've smoothed out the top, and I'm just going to sand it a little bit and stain that top so that it has time to embed while I'm doing the rustication. What am I looking for? 600. How long did your chat go for, Paul? "45 minutes." Yeah, I think he did that last time as well. So he must be. Sure. Does he tighten it up? You know, any silent moments or anything like that, or over chat when you're talking over each other? Or does he put it up in the raw? Hey George, how you doing? Well, they are in fact nylon tenons. In reality, that's exactly what they are. The reality is the ones that look white, they just look nylon, but they look more because it's yellow and it's often a little bit see-through. So if you have a black tenon, you can see the blackness through the stem and it's not as attractive as white, and that way do. You can see this one gets used a lot. Evening, Jack. The nylon mortise definitely helps with that. So what you have sometimes is you have people put in a pipe a nylon tenon and a nylon mortise. They drill the mortise into the shank, and that, you're absolutely right, you're spot on. That you can break down when it's hot without a problem, and so much anymore. I don't know why. Maybe it's a hassle to get the drill exactly perfect. Hi Jimmy, how are you? Yes, this is Fiebing's yeah, the screw-in types were much more popular in the 60s and 70s, the 50s. A lot of the American house-named pipes will have those, the Orlik pipes, the Gravos, K Woodies. A lot of them will have screw-in. penance. And I think there's pluses and minuses with that, because the got so that whenever somebody opened and closed their stem, that it lined up exactly right. And sometimes they're a fraction off, and that's just, it's very frustrating. If you're the type of person who likes things just as they should be, that you can imagine that would be very frustrating. Garbage Man Piper. So basically I keep putting on layer and layer and layer until it's almost black. Well, it is pretty much now. So that's taking a while, that's fully drying off. Lighting the bowl, what that does is you're not lighting the bowl, you're lighting the stain. The stain's got alcohol in it, and that evaporates as it burns, and it just helps to dry off. It's not completely dry, but just to slightly dry that layer of stain, so I can get the next layer on. Otherwise, it just all mushes into one. Like this, it's layer upon layer upon layer. Do the rim bright green. Yeah, that will go perfectly well with the black and white stem. When is St. Paddy's Day? For those, I'm going to polish it up soon, but it just works so much better. The shape, that flow there is just awesome. Love it. So we'll polish that up soon. Wow, it's 5 to 11 here already. Where's my pipe? Où est mon pipe? Mon brave, où est mon pipe? Oh, there it is. Cheers. Hey, Jonty, how you doing? Another of the YTPC members trying their hand at making pipes. Mel is doing it. Professor Walker. Andrew Sirigliano. So many people doing it now, trying it out. It's wonderful. It bodes well. Smoking my Paul's pipe, Church Warden, with some Solani 131. Mel, I think the shaping on the bowl of that Paul is very, very good, considering that's your, I don't know how many pipes you've made so far, but I don't think I was anywhere near that kind of shaping in my first few pipes. P2, I like that. Main thing is to enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying it. Very good, George. Sounds like me making flat pack furniture, although I always beat it in the end. That's kind of why I didn't take commissions for a long time, and I took a few. I've got one or two more left to do, but I'm not sure if I'm going to carry on because I think it takes the fun out of it, and I'm not at this stage. Put it this way: if somebody contacts me and says, "Can you do this for me?" then I'll do it. But I'm not. To some extent, you lose creativity. Hitham Abush, welcome. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Which part of the world are you in? I think if I had to choose between Blend 131 and the vanilla cream that I've been trying now, I think I'd go with the 131. Oh, okay, Tim. Well, we'll see if we get a response to my question. This is one great, I really do think it's a great aromatic tobacco. To me, I liken this to a Latakia blend in terms of its aromatic properties. And if you like aromatics, if you like Latakia blends, I think it's worth giving this a try. If you like whiskey. I don't know that many people on the YTPC who don't like whiskey. I like it from time to time. I'm not a huge whiskey drinker. Right, enough tea break. Back to work, people. There is white stain, yeah. I've never used it. I do have a sample here somewhere. But I really don't know why anybody would use it. But yeah, I believe there is. There's white. Yeah, it had settled, but you can see it's white. I assume you mean the small snails. I used to have a very nicely populated fish tank. I still have a fish tank with a few fish left in it. But I'm not, I haven't repopulated it, and I haven't replanted it. And the fish that are in it are just living out their days in tranquility. And I've got, it's mainly tetras and that, and one cichlid left. I had a cichlid tank, a whole tank full of cichlids. Really, really nice. There's a limit to how much you can spend across the board, you know, with different interests. On my third Kev, it is really good stuff. I'm probably going to have to go to Europe online and get some 100-gram tins. It is a very Moorish tobacco, I would say that. Have you tried it, Mel? Oh, cool. Are Solani blends readily available in the States? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I smoked the vanilla today again, and it was nice. None of them have been as good as in the Ascolti. I talked about it in my morning drive, but I didn't upload it for some reason. I don't know if the Ascolti, because it was the first smoke, maybe it was the novelty factor, but it certainly was the best smoke that I've had of it so far. Put it this way, it's a very, very nice aromatic. It really, really is. It's just not the same light bulb moment as Solani 131 has been for me. Mel, absolutely. When it comes to the 320, that's a bit of a Marmite kind of situation. And yes, George, it hurts me as well. Some people love the 320 and some people don't. I like the shape of the 320, I like the concept of it, but and it's a heavy pipe as well. This is why you got to pay for pipes. It takes time. Good day, Jordan. 1 pile per month. You should try rusticating your piles, mate. See how that goes. Ooh, that made me clench. Well, I guess being called Maduro, it must have some cigar leaf in there. Is that right, Tim? Cigar leaf? Probably Virginia, Kentucky, cigar leaf, bit of Perique. That would be my guess. No cigar leaf, so why is it called Maduro? Well, there you go. Yeah, there is such a thing, Jimmy. Some people do a bit of a mixture of rustication and sandblasting. I think the Rocks cut from Ian Walker has, I'm not sure if it's a mixture of both, but it does look like it sometimes, the one that I got recently. Some areas look like a classic sandblast and some do a bit of both. Well, they do both the Dagners. I doubt it very much, I must be honest. Theirs is probably carved. Although I think you might be right, actually. I think they do some sandblasted pipes. But I haven't seen much of him at all recently. I think him and what's her name? Elaine. Hey, Grobnov. Chad. So we hear from Paul that you had a nice chat today or yesterday, Chad. It does seem to be a silly feature to remove because that should only perpetuate the popularity of YouTube. The more subs people do, the more advertising. Chad knows everything about everything. He is there's only so much time you can sit on your stoop and not spend your time looking at stuff and reading stuff and listening to music. At some point you've got to lift up a book. Viscous rumours or vicious rumours? I suppose either will do. No time to read, yeah. I must be honest that I do get a lot of my listening time now is I only on YouTube, and it's pretty enlightening. Don't always agree with it, obviously, but still, I like to stretch the mind. I think the Oracle. I think he should be called, change channel to the Oracle. That's it. Nothing else. The Oracle. That's where we're at so far. Oracleism. As long the dog with two D's. How you doing? What's happening with that 6-7 block bit of New York that's been occupied? Is that still happening? Or are they being read the Riot Act? Or Seattle? Yeah, somebody else said that. That it's just right for shotguns, shells. Hey Paul, how you doing? Hope the doggies are okay. Just make sure you don't lose all the editing again, Chad. Nearly there. And we can get to staining the thing. I'm actually quite mind blown that the government have, or the local authority have let it go on this long. I mean, it's just pure anarchy. This isn't peaceful protest, it's just pure anarchy for the sake of anarchy. I mean, do you think that this is just an opportunity taken because of the protests, or is it something that was going to happen anyway, or is it maybe just a knee-jerk reaction to lockdown? The ones with the scalloping, I've done one of the pipes and I scalloped the stem as well. I thought it looked quite good. You know, the one which with a split bowl, where the wood basically split in two. Tip of the iceberg? I hope not. Really? I mean, is it an anti-Trump thing? Are they just, you know, fed up with Trump? Unless I did. I don't know, you'll correct me. It's upstairs. Waiting till I finish the other pipe and then I can send them together. So I owe you one now, Josh. So this one is number 6 now. I keep losing track. This one's number 6. Well, if that's number 6, then I've got to get my thinking cap on to make it something else. The stem material I get from various different places, from Greece, from Germany. There's no one particular place. We can chat about it on email if you like. No, I haven't bought from Portugal. Good night, John T. Keep well. Actually, I let the camera compensate itself. It doesn't look level because the stain isn't level. You have to wait till it's all sanded out and whatever. Slightly forward cant. It's a sitter. I haven't tried the Rusticos yet. Quite a lot of people are saying it's good. It's a Burley blend. Yeah, Burley. I'm unlikely to like it, to be honest. Alright, I've sanded back the rim. So we've got some nice grain coming through. Once that's polished up, it should look nice. And now we can make a start with is my black? Where is my black? Black. What you often find is if you haven't got really thick wool, you do see that quite often. It's awful quiet. One, 5, 3. I think that's still available. That's where we're at. I've always said I like you, Josh. You know that, don't you? I've always said you're a good guy. sounds good. Although watching your videos, not sure you're capable of hype. Conspiracy theory, maybe. Righty ho. I think I'm going to leave it there. For now. And that will get mated with that tomorrow. And now I'm going to polish this one up. Oh, better close that. Just get rid of some of the composite, and we've got a really nice shiny glassy finish. That's a brown, hi Bossog, that's a brown Cumberland, acrylic Cumberland. Give it another coat of shellac, and that'll be that. Alright, that's basically it. That's it on that one. Yeah, the shellac is only on the rusticated area. It's very, very hard to get a smooth finish with shellac unless you dilute it and use a sponge, and you have to learn how to do that, and I've never done that. On the smooth areas, for me, I just sand. As long as you've got a really good smooth area, then when you buff it, carnauba wax, it should come up really nice and smooth. This is the billiard that I've been working on. Basically, it's very sticky, and as soon as you apply it, it's already starting to dry. So if you're using a brush or using a pipe cleaner, whatever it is you're using to put it onto a smooth area, once you've applied it, you've only got one stroke. You go back on it, you smear it, because it's already congealed a bit. So it's really hard. It's really hard to apply shellac. So I've never really, so far, I haven't sort of taught myself how to do it. There is a guy who does it, who shows you how to do it. I forget his name now. Tonti Pipes, in one of his videos. Right, Kev. Gives it a nice, rich, sort of golden brown. That will shine up very nicely. Dries to an extent, but it's not properly dry. It has to be left. Otherwise, it's an issue. Okie dokes. I think we're going to leave this one to finish tomorrow. I'm just thinking if I should do a shellac coating. I think I should let it rest. Well, I just need to sand it. I'm just about to do that. I just want to sand at the bottom a bit more, get it smoother. Then I'll do the same as that to match it. Smooth as a baby's bottom. It's gone past midnight, people. The pipe from Josh from Dragonbriars unfortunately never did turn up, no. I've still got all the other ones waiting in the world, which kind of makes it not quite the right time each time. That's very possible, George. So there we go. And we'll get that back to a grain tomorrow once it's had a chance to dry. There's yesterday's pipe with a new stem. Right, how do I support this? Just put this one in my mouth. Okay, everybody, that's it for now. I'll probably do a quick video after this just to show the reworking of that 154. And this one we will finish tomorrow. Enjoyed it? I'll catch you on the very next one.